Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I'm back. 2006 Chrysler Town & Country, real quick. I got a buddy coming up, or down, from Wisconsin. We're going to meet up here in a little bit, so I'm going to try to make this short, I hope. Knock on wood. I need to find some wood here somewhere. Okay, found some. Need to make this short. Like I said, this vehicle here, for one, it gets a stud and a lug nut, but that's not the interesting part of it. Look at the interesting part here in just a second. This by no means only time I've ever seen this. So, whoops, I was like, what the heck? Did it fix itself? Can you see? I think you can see. Okay, so this one right here. Alright, I think enough set, enough playing. Don't need to play anymore. I think this is pretty much self-explanatory. What happened? Right there in the subframe, there is a nut welded in here. There's a nut welded in, okay? This bolt is loose and the nut is freely spinning. I hope you can see that, guys. I hope you can see that. Yes, I think you do. So this is freely spinning. As I said, all this whole entire assembly is loose. There is no way for me to do anything with it. So what I'm gonna do, and like I said, I'm not gonna talk about this a whole lot. Sorry about the camera there. Let me get situated here. I'm trying to do 600 things at one time and it ain't working so hot for me. All right, so in a nutshell, what I've got going on is we're going to try to pull the bolt out of here if we can. That'd be lovely. Maybe loosen the nut. I'm going to play this by ear and see what I got to do here. So bear with me. Not going to talk a whole lot about it. Alright, stabilize the bar. Coming loose. I'm not for sure that I'm going to pull the axle nut. I'm just going to wing it. Naturally, that would be out of deuce. Fantastic. Like I said, bear with me there, folks. I'm winging it. .32mm on the axle nut. In case we need to know, this is an 18 right there. Alright, sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen, sorry. I'll use this smaller one. I was contemplating on using that smaller one anyway. Now, of course, in an effort to get the sway bar out of the way, let me flip the screen here, I'm sorry. In an effort to get the sway bar out of the way, I'm going to have to do this on both sides, unfortunately. Here's what it is. 18. Didn't break those little range. I should have the ratchet instead. Leave that there. Not everybody gonna have an impact, realize that, but if you pull on your rod a little bit, generally you don't have to put the Allen in it like you normally would to do this job. Yeah, I was afraid of that. Wheel is in the way. It's faster to take the wheel off of it than it is to pedal around. Well, I guess I didn't care about the twist anymore. That's pretty loose. Maybe I can zip that off without putting lube on it. I'm hoping so. Of course, all the batteries are drained out. Wouldn't have it any other way. The downside on the battery-powered tools. The batteries get weak, so does the tool. Of course, you kind of get that with air too, but not that bad anyway. Yeah, that was the plan, and that worked out. It'll be at 21. I'm going to assuming all right. Let's see what it is on top. Look like a 21 there. 21, baby, 21. Now, for sure not a 21, and for sure we ain't got no light. You know that's going to fall off of there. I'm going to just go with the next best thing. Nah, just kidding. Actually, looking at that, could be a 24. Could be as big as a 24. $24. Nut on top, and of course now we have to contend with that bolt that may or may not come loose. Like I said, winging it over here a little bit, so bear with me, folks. This is something that I cannot show you. There's no way to show this. No way to show this. Ah, I just did that. Certainly not what I meant to grab. Ah, you piece of crap. Sorry. You're not going to be able to see. I can't bring you along. Okay. That ain't going to fly, ladies and gentlemen. That ain't going to fly. Yep, you know where this is going. And you want to say, man, what are you doing? I stand here and debate it all day long and not get nowhere with it, or we can just go ahead and try to get that piece out of there, and hopefully I've got this undone enough. Now keep in mind, I'm twiddling around here because it's a tight space. I know that don't look like a tight space, but it is a tight space. It's not easy to do this, so don't get your knickers in a twist now. It's not something you're just gonna real quick do. What I was getting at. Well, this will come clear in just a second. Okay, I missed something somewhere. Of course, I don't know where. If you say, well, you're just damaging the integrity of this ride, I'll agree with you. But that's something we'll address here in just a minute. Well, I'm hoping that's something we can address in a minute. It's not ready to address with this. Hopefully, it's not too much of a pain. That's nice and never ever, never ever. Yeah, maybe not much. The bad thing is, guys, I can't see what I'm doing. It is virtually completely covered, so I am having a hard time seeing where it's hung. That's the reason I'm struggling. And obviously, since we cannot yet get this stupid frame out of the way, since we can't loosen the nut, so that's what's happening. That is what's happening. Of course, we just worked with the torch, so that is probably extremely hot still. I don't know, 24 maybe. I don't know what size it is. I hope we can get that wrench in there, get something in there now to hold it in place. Boom. So we've already found out that ratchet's not going to work. So you say you want to be a mechanic, huh? We may have to give the transmission assembly just a little bit of push with a jack. I hope we don't have to, but I think that's what's going to have to happen. So yeah, it was welded off in there, and obviously the weld broke, so kind of goes without saying at this point in time. Weld actually broke off of it, so get back under that. See if I can get something under it. Stuck in there as well. Lovely. Like the rest of the crap. Oh, crap, hold on to this thing. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Oh, how much give is in the motor mount. I know you're going to have a hard time seeing. Sorry. It is what it is. Just bear with me. Nope, that ain't coming out. Lucky for me, it don't have to. Yes, it does have to. All right. So we are going to have to place a jack catty-cornered backside. We have to open the door a little bit. We're about to die in here. Oil burning, all that other good stuff. Sometimes it is easy to forget that when you're jacking around on these things, you kind of got to see what the vehicle is doing so you don't push it off on the ground. cannot get that stupid washer to move forward. This is kind of gnawed a little bit. I don't know. Camera can see that washer won't slide, and it should have been sliding. Make my life easier if it did, but I think I've done that once before. I mean, I'm being serious, of course. So this is the nut. I don't know if you can see it, but obviously that's broken. So as far as lining it back up, it's not a problem. That nut actually has a little bit of a boss, so we can stick it in the hole. Yeah, I don't know how good the camera's going to pick that up. There's a round boss on it, so that actually lines it up. Got to find a way to hold it, and then we got to figure out a way to get it welded off. Now, as far as the sheet metal, excuse me, the sheet metal is concerned, on the lip up here in the front, well, we're going to be SOL on that one. I'm not going to fix that part because it is going to any kind of weld or something like that might interfere, and I don't really want to do a bunch of grinding. I might. We'll see. We'll see. That's 100% no interruption so far on the camera, but I will tell you this. I am going to pause you up, clean that up a little bit, mainly get the grinder out, make some noise, clean it up a little bit, turn the camera back on when I do anything else. Alrighty, now I'm going to have to do the damn babble. I don't know what I just missed. The battery went dead. I didn't catch it. Anyway, well, it don't matter. I put a little weld here. Boo-hoo. Didn't miss anything, really. Other than me doing just a little bit of tacking. That's literally all you missed. Get a good ground on this Dewey. So, like I said, there is not a real reason to go crazy on putting that nut on there. It just simply doesn't need it. To get this front back on, it's going to be a little bit of a booger. Now, every single stinking time. Every single stinking time. No ground. That never fails when you weld. Never ever. In case you're wondering why I use a vice grip, if the vice grip doesn't make ground, that thing don't stand a chance. There you go, fella. That's good enough for me. We'll put the least amount of hours in this ride that we can. We'll try to save the customer the most money we can save. So that's not going to interfere with anything. I'm not going to bother grinding it off. In case anybody is going to question or wonder, not going to even bother. In case somebody sees this on the camera, this was not done here. It's dirty. That's spin like that. Just add that in there. I know a lot of you guys see stuff on the camera that I don't even see when I'm standing in front of it. That vehicle is slightly elevating. It'll be a good time to stop. Alright, so we can get our bolt back in it. Gotcha? Didn't hurt anything there. Didn't make a tiny little bit of mistake. I'm going to put you back on the other side to, oh, and by the way, I can throw a little bit of paint on this. It really probably not going to much matter here. I would almost venture a guess that it's really not going to rust over here. We don't get a lot of the rusting problems. Not like you have them up north. There you go, make everybody happy. Well, I know that ain't right. It ain't gonna make everybody happy. Of course, there's the usual crowd that I wouldn't have done that. Huh. One of them, huh? There you go. So, mistake that I made is I put the jack underneath it and then fold the arm back over. Woohoo! Phew. Alright guys, get the camera moving back over here. This job here I actually didn't pause the camera up. I mean not but the one time that I actually told you about it. Now we gotta get this baby back in. See if we can find a spot there to pry on. But you know what they say, a mechanic always finds a spot to pry on. Somehow them darn mechanics always find the spot to pry on. Hey. Well, that's chintzy. That is way chintzy there. That was my pry bar that broke. So, Harbor Freight, if you're listening, your pry bar ain't worth crap. The handle just broke for some reason. Vibration. Not some reason, vibration. Vibration kills the pry bar. Get close. Fantastic. With the nut being pretty solid on the other side now, I've noticed when I stuck it in the first time, when it was still in the open, I've noticed that bolt was actually nicely centered up in the hole. So that is a plus. That nut is holding it for us. So we can almost assume that we have a good spot. The only other option the customer would have had, so there is no more, of course that was me being silly, but there's no more wiggle. Obviously that thing is tight again, so we'll go ahead and snug the other one up. What are the odds of me using the battery power tool and the air compressor kicking on? Now, I know there's going to be people screaming, torque, torque. I can tell you I paid attention when I took it loose. That's all I'm going to say about it. I'm not sweating it. I've never had a failure because of it. Some vehicles, I would torque. Definitely. Not all of them are forgiving. I will say that. 21, ladies and gentlemen, we do still got to pull a stud. Still got to pull ourselves a stud. Kind of a little bit silly to walk away from that while it's hanging like that. I probably shouldn't have done that. Not the best thing in the world. Get that hung up, ladies and gentlemen. And remember, we're not doing brakes. All we're doing is doing a stud. If you can, see where your little tooth marks are, and try to start your stud that same way. Do I have to take the shield off? I might have to. Gotta figure out where I go with this. Ladies and gentlemen, I might have made a mistake on that one. Well, no, it wouldn't have been a mistake anyway, because I'd have had to take it off. I'd have to take that off to get to the shield anyway, so therefore I wouldn't call it a mistake. Try a ratchet. Boy, I swear, sometimes it wasn't attached. Be someplace here. No. Don't tell me that's one of them. Surely that's what I don't want to do here. Oh, damn birds in the building again. Daggone birds in the building. Ladies and gentlemen, you got to be joking. You got to be joking. You got to be joking. We can tap on it just a little bit, just a tiny, tiny little bit. Don't like to do this. I don't have my old nut left. Put a little bit of lube on the backside of the. I use a big nut to pull them in. The prime thing to do would be to use a thrust bearing. That would be the prime thing to use. I do have one, but can't find it. That's actually what I was looking for a while ago when I was rummaging through the drawer. I do have them, various sizes, and I can't find them. I don't know what I did with them. And a matter of looking for it, I'm a little bit too lazy to look. Like I said, I'm a little bit in time constraint. My buddy coming down, I don't see him very often anymore. So he coming down, and I really don't want to miss him. There's quite a bit of a lip on that rotor here on the inside. That thing is, in my opinion, hung a little bit. But anyway, we're not here to do a brake job. We are here to do the rest of it. So that is our new lug stud. Very, very nice. Oops. Lost a pad. Oops. Oops. Got multiple oopses now. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing, bub? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Are you hit? Ow! Claws, claws, claws. You're gonna be on YouTube. YouTube puppy. You gonna be YouTube puppy? A YouTube puppy? There you go. You need to cut the claws. Damn, that dog's got some nails.
Come on, Luna.
All right, go on. Knothead. Good enough. I'll throw some lug nuts on here. And if you're wondering about the stud that I just put in there, in actual reality, that stud really don't belong in here. So, all I got to do now is get these wheels back on here, torque them up, and this project here is done with. Like and subscribe, first and foremost. Comments, know where to put it. Let me know what you would have done different. Maybe check the stud before I did the other work. But anyway, it is what it is, so sometimes it happens that way. Like I said, got a little bit in a hurry, which I normally don't do, but anyway, we'll see you guys on the next one.